And let's get right into this one. Honestly, I'm not particularly enthralled with this, considering Yuri is supposed to be a primary character, or one of the focus characters. Well, at least it's a continuation of the previous one, which I was a very big fan of. I actually liked seeing Monica and Sayori's story before the main character came into existence. Anyway, the club meeting is suddenly interrupted by the sound of the door, causing Monica and Sayori to turn their heads. The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar. Oh, but this soundtrack is a banger. Fuck. Sayori's eyes widen, recognizing the girl. She very conspicuously mouths to Monica, "It's her! The girl! It's the girl!" It's true, the girl standing in the doorway is none other than the girl Sayori had come across reading alone in the classroom. Thanks to Monica leaving a flyer on her desk, it seems she found her way to the club. Are you here for the literature club by any chance? Am I in the wrong place? No, you're not. This is indeed the literature club. Please come inside. The girl fully steps in the door but continues standing against the wall, avoiding eye contact. Sayori continues to fail containing her excitement. It's happening! Oh my gosh! Thank you so much for coming. Sorry it's a little empty. I'm Monica, and this is Sayori, and we run the literature club, even though it's just us so far. But, what's your name, by the way? I'd like to join your club. Wow, what a name. Already? Wait, really? Are you sure? I mean, I should be good enough. Everyone is welcome here. You don't have to be good enough. Good, because she isn't. Oh. Do you want to have a seat? Would love to get to know. You know what? I'm giving Yuri too much strife. You know, this is before she becomes a piece of shit. Who am I kidding? We saw what happens when Monica isn't involved and she's still a piece of shit. The girl nods, sliding over to a nearby desk and gently sitting down. So, what's your name? Yuri. I'm Sayori, and this is Monica. Sayori, nice to meet you. Do you like fantasy? Sure. Like books? Yuri looks at Monica. Fantasy is cool. Yes, have you heard of Annabelle Dupont? Nah, sorry, I'm a little lost there. Well, I can't say I have. Oh well, she's my favorite author. Wait, you know what? I have to like add quality to my stream somehow. So Annabelle Dupont. Wait. Okay, she has C-spell, the Sanchez tradition. I was about to say this Sanchez transition. It says 2 books. I'm confused. Yuri grins and presses her knuckles against her cheeks in joy. Like, this is an author, but there's only 2 books. Unless I spelt it wrong. Wait. Yeah, no, I cannot find anything about this. Like, the author exists, but she has 2 books and they're not interesting. Wait, did I read this? Yuri grins and presses her knuckles against her cheeks in joy. You can borrow my books, I wouldn't mind. Alright, so just as a note, to get all the side stories, you have to do all the interactions in the first playthrough, right? And there's one thing you learn upon doing the Yuri one. It is, you will completely disregard Natsuki to the point where you go, I don't even care. But when you do the Natsuki storyline, you just like feel bad for Yuri. So this shows that the main character isn't even immune to like the fucking bigotry against Natsuki. Also, it's bad and I hate it. And if you follow Yuri's storyline all the way through, she's a weirdo who starts drinking your blood. You're really in for an incredible experience. Monika stammers, caught completely off guard by Yuri taking control of the conversation. She glances sideways at Sayori, silently asking for help. I'd love to. It sounds like you're really into them, so they must be great. That's not how that. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. I mean, I guess I understand the perspective, but like, you've technically only known this girl for like a minute. I'm so happy that I found this club. Oh, I'm so stupid. I left all my other books in my locker. I should have brought them. Yuri quickly stands up. I'll be right back. I'll go get them for you. You probably only need to bring one for now. Sayori nervously says that, noting to herself the considerable heftiness of the book that Yuri set down on her desk. True, okay, I'll go get the first one then. Yuri exits the club room in a flash, leaving Monika and Sayori silently exchanging glances. Oh my god, I wasn't prepared for this. How do I handle someone so intense? Bro. I know this is supposed to show, like, the difference between the Monika that we see. One that has this firm, like, destructive belief on reality because she knows that everything around her is fake. And this Monika who is, like, stumbling her way through the creation of the literature club. But, some of the things she has is a little questionable. She really did not prepare for this, though I guess that is to further humanize Monika to us as the audience. I have like no experience with fantasy, except maybe stuff that I read when I was a kid, but I don't do English, clearly, except maybe the stuff I read when I was a kid. That's probably like a joke compared to what she's into. I'm sure it'll be fine. In fact, I think it's neat that we have different people into different kinds of literature. See, Sayori really does have this firm belief. It'll be fun to learn from each other. About learning and being friends. That's the moral of the story. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, but what if this is like her only interest? Doesn't it seem like that? What, her only interest is reading? Monica, don't you think you should be more optimistic? We have a new club member. There shouldn't be any room. There shouldn't be any room for anything but being happy. Normally, I would agree, but we did have that pretty depressing episode last time. I'm excited to get to know her more, aren't you? No. Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry for being so hasty. I just got really anxious all of a sudden. It's because you're afraid of not being able to take the lead. What the heck? It's kind of scary how you can point things out like that, Sayori. I just like learning what makes people happy or sad. Yeah. Hey, you know what? You'd probably be great at helping Yuri feel comfortable here. Maybe you could take a break from helping me with the administrative stuff and focus on spending time with her. Yay! That's exactly what I want to do. Besides, Sayori lowers her voice a little. I'm probably gonna need all the time I can get. She taps her finger against the dauntingly chunky book Yuri left sitting on the desk. Right afterwards, the door opens to reveal Yuri's return. To reveal Yuri's final form. I'm back. Her breath is slightly heavy, which, combined with her short time gone, indicates she may have ran at least part of the way. She makes her way over to Sayori and sets the book down on her desk. Just as Sayori feared, the book Yuri brought for her is equal in size to one that is already on Yuri's desk. Well, there are probably a few things you should know before getting started on it. There are some things that are more explained in other books that take place in the same universe, so going over those would be a good start to keep you from getting confused at the start. Sayori nervously interjects. Well, I was thinking, maybe today we could get to know each other a little more, you know. I think, like, if we're gonna be reading together, then I'd like that. From across the room, Monica smiles and nods at Sayori while Yuri isn't looking. Oh, okay. Well, at least we get another Yuri reading section, because there wasn't enough of those. Yuri sits down, then looks at her book and then glances around the room, showing no indication that she has anything more to add. So, what made you decide you wanted to join the club? Yeah, let's start there. Well, I like reading, so I was immediately interested. I had no idea that someone was starting a literature club, but that's my fault since I haven't been paying attention to any of the club recruitment advertisements. I only found out because Yuri glances over at Monica. Monica came into my classroom and put the flyer on my desk. Suddenly, Yuri's face darkens and she shakes her head at herself. I was so stupid. I got too nervous and couldn't even look up, so she just walked out. It took me several days to just come here because I was afraid Monica told everyone how inconsiderate I was, but I decided that was probably irrational. Yeah, sure. Oh, this girl reading a book whose name I don't even know, she's so rude while I walked in and put a flyer on her desk. What? How the fuck could you spin that? You know what, I don't care. Wait, no, that was totally my fault. I felt so bad about interrupting you that I just walked out. I was actually hoping that you would come by. Yeah, see? Yuri exhales in relief. I always seem to interpret things as the worst possible scenario. What? Well, no, that's not what I'm confused about. I understand that. That's a fine mentality. But there is much worse than what you came up with. You know, I don't care. Well, I was really nervous to come here for other reasons too. Such as there being too many people. Not that I mind that much, but I have a really hard time having to meet a large number of new people at once. So it's actually amazing that it's just the two of you. Rude. I definitely came at the right time. Oh, that makes me so happy. I'm proud of you for working up the courage to come. True. That would have been pretty terrifying for Yuri. I guess I can actually show some sympathy for a character that has, for the most part, made it so I couldn't sympathize with it. Yuri smiles warmly to herself. I've never really had the privilege of sharing my interests with others before. It's so hard to find others who are into the same things I am, except online. So I thought the literature club would provide a chance for me to do that. Makes sense, it's fair. What kind of other things are you into? Cutting yourself? Like, genres? I don't know, just anything, even if it's not literature. Oh, just things you'd think are dumb. Sari pauses, a look of concern on her face. How about, I'll tell you something I'm into, then you can tell me something you're into. I suppose that'll be okay. Okay. Well, I'm pretty into like crafty things. I like making cute collages or decorating things like cards or jewelry, boxes. That's nice. My room's always cluttered with random stuff because I keep buying things to make gifts for my friends. But put it off till the last minute. So yeah, that's something that's kind of silly I'm into. You sound quite creative. Not that much, no. It's just stuff that you'd be surprised at how much you can do with scissors and glue and stuff. So I have to share something I'm into now, right? Well, I guess I'm into nature. I love nature. Monica, I'm gonna start a nature club. No, you're not. You're stuck here with me now. Am not. Oh, yeah? Well, I hereby appoint you as vice president of the literature club. There, now you're stuck with me. Hey, don't give me responsibilities. That's... I'm sorry, Yuri, I interrupted you. Go ahead. It's fine. Yuri pauses, feeling awkward after having gotten cut off. Yeah, it's... Yeah, sorry, that was pretty rude. Like, going out into the woods or to the park, just places where you can walk or sit and not have any people around. True, there's like a really amazing park near my house. It's so good. There are actually like 5, but you know, only 3 of them are any good. It's peaceful. Just nice to remove myself from just nice to kind of remove myself from anything that matters and let my racing mind operate autonomously for a while. Wait, we're just gonna ignore that. When do you like to do that? It just depends on my mood. After school, on the weekends, whenever I feel like I need it. Wow, I feel like I'd never have the time for to do something like that. I find that we have a lot more time than we think. No, I read that wrong. I find that we have a lot more time than we think we do, if you don't let it slip through your fingers. The 3 continued their conversation, led primarily by Sayori, but with Monica chiming in every now and then as well. Monica had intended to leave Sayori to focus on her own work, but she found it difficult not to join in. Before they knew it, the end of the day was upon them once more. Oh, it looks like we should be wrapping up for today. So, you two gonna be starting that book next club meeting? That's the plan. I'm so excited. Sayori beams. Yuri collects her things. Once packed, Yuri wordlessly waves to Sayori and Monica with a gentle smile. Bye! As Yuri exits, Sayori enthusiastically returns her farewell. Once again, Sayori and Monica are left in the club room. Sayori, you're such a lifesaver. I didn't do anything, I just talked. Still, besides, it really lifted my mood. It feels really nice when I can put my energy towards other people like that. She was really excited to be included, you know. It made me happy. Well, there's no doubt in my mind that she'll have a great time here with you engaging her. How are you feeling about starting that book with her next meeting? I'm kinda scared, but I think she'll be happy as long as I'm trying my best. I think you'll do great! After the surprise of a new club member, it seems like everyone has their spirits lifted with something new to look forward to. But then tragedy strikes as the building explodes. Another school day ends. This must be like the worst school ever. You kind of just show up and it immediately ends. Swallowing her anxiety, Yuri makes her way to the club room, expecting to be the last one to arrive. As she opens the door, she's surprised to find only Sayori in the club room. It's club time again! Monika went to the computer lab, so it's just us today. Is that okay? Yuri silently nods, unable to make eye contact. I'm sorry about yesterday. Sayori tilts her head, unsure of what Yuri is talking about. Well, I mean, the way I got overly excited to share my books and how you had to stop me so we could talk first. It was so inconsiderate of me. I'm not gonna make any comments on that. I got too excited and forgot to think about everyone else in the club, so... Yuri, you didn't do anything wrong. I thought it was cute how excited you were. Oh god, get a spear and impale it my eyeballs. Well, still, I think I changed my mind about the book. We don't have to read it. Huh? Why? Because I know that you were just humoring me anyway. Yes. But you know the thing about humoring people? You do it, and then sometimes you find something new you like. So, let's go. In retrospect, it's rather obvious that no one was truly interested. But if you like it so much, then it must be worth sharing. I've already decided I'll join the club, so you don't have to try so hard to entice me. That's not what I was doing. That's actually, like, super fucking rude. Like, this actually hurts. Sayori has constantly proven that she is one of the best characters. And just to let you know, the game has, like, 10, technically. I know there's 4 face characters, but each character gets a second side while not under the influence. Monika gets that because she's technically dead and exists outside of the universe. Then you have the corrupted Natsuki, which is like garbage, and the protagonist. A moment of uncomfortable silence stretches between the two of them. Well, the thing is, we don't have any club activities yet. I mean, Monika and I have been working on recruitment stuff, mostly. So it just sound fun, like something fun that we could do together, reading your books, you know, as like a club activity. That would be okay, right? And I'm pretty sure that Sayori is just depressed without Monika's influence, which is, like, actually something horrible when you think about it. So, actually, most of these characters have, like, horrible things, like, that we don't know if are caused by Monika. We know that Sayori's one isn't, because Sayori's depressed before she even meets Monika. So, I guess Why am I being so resistant to this anyway? It's exactly what I wanted in the first place, and you're being so nice about it. I really don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry for being like this. Well, at least you can apologize. You don't have to apologize, but it's still rude. Just tell me if there's anything I can do to help you feel more comfortable here. Sayuri pulls her desk up against Yuri's and sits down next to her. The book in question is already on Yuri's desk. Peering over, Sayuri reads the cover of the book. Alright, let's see if this is a real book. Let's see. Okay, it's one word. And it's not a book. Part 1 of the Everlast saga. It's Duskbell by Annabelle. So, I'm ready now. Alright, I should probably get some paper. Yuri grabs the spiral notebook of hers and tears out a few sheets of paper. Wait, how come you need paper? To understand the complex lore. Oh, it's useful to draw things out sometimes, like maps, timelines, family trees, or just for taking notes. Notes? I mean, yes, an effective strategy. Exactly. I'm sure it will be especially helpful for someone new to the genre. Sayuri's joke flew completely over Yuri's head. Wait, what joke? Oh yeah, yes, it's an effective strategy. But thinking back, she decides it's probably for the best that it did. Well, I'm not used to having company through this, but I'll try to help make it as accessible as possible. I trust you. You're like super smart. What an assumption. What? My brain is imploding. That's like, oh yeah, you can write. Therefore you wrote a thesis on nuclear physics. You're a nuclear physicist because you know how to write with a pen. She reads books, therefore she must be smart. Fuck, man. I wasn't prepared for that. Oh, please. Yuri tries to dismiss the compliment, but she can't hide her smile and light blush. You can't generalize experience. Experience? I can read, doesn't mean I can read correctly. You can't generalize intelligence. I'm only smart in the things I have a lot of experience with. Contrarily, I'm awful with anything involving real people. That should be evident enough from the 2 days I've spent here so far. Yeah, it's only been one! Ah! I'm in pain. I truly am. So in my eyes, it's everyone else who comes off as smart. Especially you. No! I give up. Yeah, I'm with you. No! Thanks, Sayuri. Sayuri gently comes up. Fucking, you know what? Sayuri rubs her shoulders against Yuri's. You're such a sweetheart when you're not being shy. Anyway, would you like to get started? Okay. After a minor diversion between the two of them, the two get back on track with their planned club activity. Yuri begins to guide Sayuri through the basics of the fantasy world her story takes place in. The more of it she details, the races, the factions, the history, the elements of magic, the more questions Sayuri seems to have. But despite Sayuri's expectations, Yuri eloquently guides her through it in a way that's fun to follow along. it becomes evident that the world-building aspect of the story, not just the story itself, is one that Yuri finds passion leaning towards. See, there's an aspect of Yuri that I actually enjoy. Not, it's the way she enjoys a story. World building should be organic. And I love world building. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I do want to, like, write my own story, per se. Or more illustrate it. I want to draw a manga. Yeah, I know, right? Cringe as fuck, boy. But, so yeah, it's a pet project I've planned, and I hope to, I've actually got a couple, but an aspect to me that's really important is subtle world building. Don't just cram exposition down my face because I don't want it. How do people come up with this stuff? It's like the exact opposite of the kind of writing that I do. What kind of writing? Oh, like poetry and stuff like that. The things I write are just putting down the feelings that come into my head, you know. But this is like, there must be so much planning and hard work. Ah, you're into poetry. I think there's an appendix that includes some of the kingdom's written works, like poetry and folk song. No way. Yuri giggles, filling Sayori's heart with happiness when she realizes it's the first time she's heard Yuri laughing. It means Yuri must be having fun. Anyway, I think we can get started reading now if you're ready. Okay, but I can't read very fast. Oh, that's fine. I'm very patient. Patience is something I pride myself in. I see. Yeah, too bad your storyline in the second half of the story did not seem to emphasize that. Sorry, Jots. Yuri is patient into her notes. Hey, it's for the book. I'm just kidding. I'm kind of glad you're patient, because I need that sometimes. A lot of the times. Yuri flips through the first few pages of the book, getting past the table of contents. Okay, chapter 1. The room becomes silent as the two of them begin to read. But the silence only lasts for a moment before Sayori speaks up again. What does vindicated mean? Well, in this context, it essentially means he was proven innocent. It's okay to ask you questions, right? Of course. Sayori turns the page. Are these footnotes? A lot of the dialogue has cultural references that require explanation to be understood. The two of them continue reading. Yuri's relaxed expression remains unchanged. Meanwhile, Sayori's expression grows tense as she tries to make her way through the dense text. Haha, dense and tense. Up until now, their expressions have been reversed, with Sayori easily navigating social situations and Yuri struggling within them. But now the tables have turned. You have fallen for Yuri's trap. Wait, are they talking about the past right now, or the present? Where? Right here. They're talking about the past. These paragraphs are describing a flashback that Barnes is having. But they didn't tell me that. It's implied from the context. Sayori rubs her temples. The two of them continue, with Sayori asking fewer questions. She begins to understand the value in the notes, and as she finds herself referring to them somewhat often and even adding to them. But her reduction in questions comes not from her getting used to the reading, but rather from her fearing that she'll come across as stupid. No! Sayori, no! At last, Sayori reaches the end of the chapter. I think we can stop here for now. Okay? Sayori takes a deep breath and closes what little of the book she's gotten through so far. So what are your thoughts up to this point? Sayori tries to find words. Am I doing well so far? I'm not sure I understand. Well, I don't know. When it takes me so long to read and understand things, it makes me feel really dumb. Uh-huh. But I really liked it how into it you get. It makes me want to keep going and keep doing my best so I can see it the way you do. Oh my god, Sayori's such a likable character. God! It's so, like... It's so painful that her motivations is to completely disregard herself for others, and yet in a weird sort of way, it makes Sayori such a likable character. It's what makes her death at the end of the first part of the story that much more impactful, and the fact that you can feel like the difference when Sayori's gone. Monica says that she upped it for like everyone's personality flaws, but even then you can see that Sayori does actively contribute to the group. The relaxation in Yuri's face expression fades. I see. Yuri quietly gathers her things. We can continue tomorrow, right? Yuri pauses, then shakes her head. We can do something else tomorrow, but I'm sorry. Wait, sorry for what? I don't understand. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this anymore, that's all. I'm sorry that I made you. Yuri leaves. You weren't making me. Sayori is left alone with her words. How did this happen? We were having fun just seconds ago. It's my fault. I said something stupid and hurt her. I should have just told her that I enjoyed it. Monica trusted me with this. It's the only thing I'm good at and I still messed it up. What if she doesn't want to come back? Drowned in guilt, Sayori stares blankly at her desk, spread with notes. The book sits next to them. Right. If she wasn't coming back, then she wouldn't have left the book here, right? Unless she just forgot to take it with her. This is horrible. Was it really because she thought I wasn't enjoying our time together? Or maybe she wasn't enjoying our time together because I'm not good enough. I probably let her down so much by having trouble following along. Yeah, I'm sure if I was smarter, she would be having so much more fun. I need to do better for her. Oh, we got a new email. Wait, what? Sides. Okay, part 2 is always open. OMG. Okay, who's responsible for creating a Twitter account for Monica? I think it's hilarious, but for God's sake, don't tell Paula. Ha ha ha. It would get 404 in a microsecond. Are you just relaying her tweets manually, or did you code some kind of pass-through layer to automate it based on the contents of the tweets? E.g., not screaming for help. I assume they're coming from the control simulation. Oh, right. These emails. What was it? Side stories. Thank you to control simulation. I can't imagine how tedious it must have been to so delicately hide Monica's elevated permissions from her without disrupting our connection to the virtual machine. Just to clarify, all of the recordings labeled side stories are part of the control simulations, right? I'm noticing some details of these characters' lives here that are different from those that are in Virtual Machine 1, even trivial ones. Is it part of the butterfly effect from some of Monica's fundamental changes, or is it a result of her messing around with the other characters in Virtual Machine 1s as her own experiment for fun? So if I'm keeping track, we have, like 5 different universes in total, with 4 of them created and just what, with 3 or 4 of them created and then destroyed by Monica, of course. It's funny because I keep wanting to speculate which of them is the real universe. But in reality, they all are. They're as real as ours is anyway. Having run the control simulation for a while, it is evident that a certain character is missing any mention or appearance. This makes me speculate that Monica's meddling is less clumsy than we think, because she would have to manufacture this character herself as a way of forcing interaction between her and the user. Could that be why the character has such limited or dissonant personality traits? Or am I reading into this? I'll open an issue to start tracking info and observations on this anomaly of a character appearing. Wait, what character is missing? Unless this is the side stories, which would mean that the missing character would be the main character, which would make sense. Oh wait, we have a new picture. Understanding 1. Oh, and we get a new banger. I don't want that. I don't know which one it is though. It's probably Dusk, right? Wait, hold on. So there should be 20 over it. Stop! Please. Hug Energy. Lavender Mist. Okay, it's Lavender Mist. I mean, I just wanted to put them all in like a playlist. Okay, yeah. Add that. It's so I can keep track of where things are supposed to be. And so I know which song gets added when. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. As usual, I hope you know that you're loved. I beseech a miracle upon thee. Like, comment, subscribe, have fun, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.